What's happening, everyone? Spegmeister here, back with another episode in my Halo 3 ODST Legendary walkthrough. So last time I played, we went in as Dutch and got to rally up a bunch of Marines and get them out of the nature park. In this episode, now as the rookie, we're going to search out for the third clue in the Mombasa Streets. Alright, so back to it as the rookie. So now, going from Uplift Reserve, we're going to follow a slightly different path out here. We're going to take this alternate route to get back to the district that we were last in. We're going to follow this street up here, cut across this circle, through this blast door, further down in this street. Instead of taking a direct line through here, we're actually going to cut across here where there's a little bit of resistance, but it's not too bad. Through another set of blast doors. That's going to dump us out in the area of our third clue. Now you might have noticed on the map there are these icons that will show up as the superintendent icons, and what these are superintendent weapon caches. Inside you can find an assortment of weapons. In some cases there are vehicles present, but for the sake of this walkthrough I am going to go without them. I'm only going to resort to the weapons that I find on the streets or from the weapons that the enemies drop. As you head down here, you can catch maybe one or two sleeping grunts off guard, but the first enemy that you really need to be concerned about is this brute over here. I like to throw a firebomb to kill him, and now I can dispatch any remaining grunts. Once you deal with all of them, you do have one more jackal present. Of course, after every battle, I like to assess what kind of weapons and grenades I have left. It's definitely worth picking up any plasma grenades or even the firebombs that are present in this building. So now as we head back into the area where we last took on the Jackal Marksman, you'll return and find that there are no enemies present in that area. As I get up to here, I like to stop and see what kind of resistance I will have. I will notice that there is a red dot that is almost directly above me. This is a Jackal sniper, and this is one of the 3 locations you can find him. In other instances, you can find him over on this walkway, and in other instances, which I find a little more common, he can be over here. I can also see that there are some random enemies that are off and to my left. If I have to take them down, then so be it. Oh, and that would have been really nice if he dropped that sniper. I might be able to still get my hands on it. Now there's the random patrol further over there. I do want to get a lock on that brute if possible, otherwise I might have to deal with the grunts first. There he is. Now unfortunately that's going to alert all the enemies that are also in this area, which I need to go through. So I don't want to lose sight on these grunts. In fact, I'd rather deal with them before I take out the stationary turrets. There we go. Now we'll take care of these guys. I could just as easily use the beam rifle to deal with most of them, but I feel a little bit better about using the carbine just in case if I can't get that beam rifle. Gotcha, brute. And there goes the last grunt. Pull up the map one more time. No more enemies in this area. There are a couple of red dots over here, but these are engineers, so we're not going to deal with them. Or it could be an engineer and a sniper. So there's that beam rifle. I'm going to try and see if I can get down with one grenade. Perfect. I don't think that's really necessary to get that beam rifle, but I'd rather take the best available weapon if I can get my hands on it. Now as we head into this sector, what I'm going to do first before I head further down that road, I'm going to make a really quick stop over here next to this other weapons cache. Now instead of going inside and grabbing another weapon of my choosing, what I'm going to do is head over into this building and I'm going to grab this shotgun and carry this along. There's only one battle where this weapon is going to come in handy. Well, I'll show you what's inside this weapons cache. There are a couple of sniper rifles, you'll have some more SMGs and auto mags. Again, that's a pretty nice area to fall back to in case if you run out of the beam rifle, or if you brought a sniper from the other weapons cache. Now heading into this spot, there is a handful, or you will have a handful of grunts, a brute captain, and there's also a jackal sniper that's nearby. Sometimes you'll find that sniper down in the center here, or you can find him up on a small building over there. Now this brute is not exactly in a good spot. I'd rather kill him before I deal with the sniper. It's right out in the center. So there goes the brute. Took care of the sniper right away. Now we just have to put up with the grunts. If you get a better placement on that brute, it is very possible to kill all these grunts without waking them up. And you also get a better jump on the sniper too if it's also present. And there we go. That is the last grunt. Before I go back and grab that shotgun and carry it forward, I'm going to stop over here. There's also another carbine by this elite. And some more plasma grenades. While I'm lingering around this area, there is the potential to face another random patrol. That will normally consist of a couple brutes, three brutes, two of which are stalkers, which are the camo kind, and a couple of marksmen and an engineer. Often I find that they spawn over to my right-hand side, but as I pull up the map, they are not present. Instead, what it looks like is that I have a random patrol further up on my route, which could present some problems. So there I see there is a random patrol in the area. I'm gonna drop the shotgun here for the time being, and you might recognize this area from the one of the previous missions. This happens to be Buck's drop pod, and this was where we began Tayari Plaza. Now I know this patrol could give me some trouble. I'm actually gonna wait and deal with these hunters that are further ahead. They're gonna be my biggest problem. So I put at least a couple of shots into them. Now I'll deal with this patrol. So just like in Tayari Plaza, you'll have one standard hunter that is familiar from both Halo 2 and Halo 3, and then you have the fuel rod variant that was in Halo 1. That takes care of the patrol. Now we're going to deal with those hunters. So there we got the weakened hunter from the blast that it took from the beam rifle. Now we'll move in and deal with his buddy. A few short blasts from the shotgun should be able to take him out as long as you can get behind him and avoid his melee attacks. And that's going to be it for the shotgun. We'll go back, grab the carbine. If you want to at this time, you could certainly go and find that other beam rifle. And we'll just keep chugging along. Ooh, and there's that random patrol. I did not want to have to put up with that. So I know I could just run away from all these guys, but instead I'm gonna put up with them. Try to take them all out. And just when I say that, another patrol spawns behind me. Oh, that's just my luck. So this is just one of the few issues that I have with the Mombasa Streets. It's just that you'll probably have to put up with some random patrols, often at inconvenient times. Not something I normally have to put up with too often, but it'll happen. Alright, it looks like it's just this one brute and the engineer that I have to worry about. And that'll take care of them. Since I am low on health, I will have to go back, collect the health kit. Fortunately, there is one close by. There we are. Now, hopefully, we won't have to deal with any further resistance in this sector. I might have spoke too soon. There is one more enemy. Correction, multiple enemies. Well, that takes care of my Covenant Carbine problems. Now we'll go back and collect a beam rifle. So instead of following the route that we took for Tayari Plaza, we're actually going to branch off here, head through this blast door. This will take us to our clue. As we're closing in on our location, we're going to have one more patrol to put up with and another sniper that is overlooking this sector. So instead of rushing in and trying to gun down these enemies, I'm actually going to take a stealthier approach. See if I can kill 2 or 3 of the brutes, then clean up the grunts. There goes number 2 of the brutes. And I'll give this guy a wide berth before I close in. And we'll tap out those grunts while we're at it. Now we do have that sniper, but we don't have to worry about him quite yet. We're first going to approach this building where we have our clue. It's up on that rooftop. And once we get to the upper floor, then we'll take care of that sniper. So as you open the door, look off to your right. Pick off that sniper with your beam rifle, and then you can approach the Gauss turret. This will take you into Kizingo Boulevard.
Where's the rest of your team, Trooper?
Scattered, dead, I don't know.
That's too bad. We're gonna need all the men we can get.
Alright, and that is going to finish up the third segment in our journey through the Mombasa Streets. I hope you all enjoyed this walkthrough. Thank you all for tuning in on this episode. It was a bit of a longer one, especially with those random patrols popping in, but we got through it nonetheless, even with those surprises. So I will see you next time on Kizingo Boulevard. Until then, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you.